Hey everyone, how's it going? Elliot here again. This video obviously looks a little bit different to how my other videos start out, but I thought I'm just going to go back to the roots of the channel and sort of just have this top-down view on a white table with some nice lights and a colourful handheld. In today's video, we're going to be checking out 3 different Game Boy cartridges. So the one at the back here is Trip World. Obviously, this is not a real one, but I've never actually reviewed an aftermarket cartridge on the channel, which is just like an individual game. I'm quite excited to see how well it runs and if it's noticeably different to the original one. Not that I have that one, but I can take a look at some gameplay and splice that in or something. It's interesting that they sell these still and license them at the top saying Nintendo Game Boy. Obviously, it's not a legitimate cartridge at all, but it was about £6, as I said, from AliExpress. It came in this little cartridge case, and Trip World is an absolutely excellent game. It just costs an absolute arm and a leg if you want to buy it on eBay. So sometimes having a look at one of these can be quite good for other people who want to play the game but don't want to fork out hundreds of pounds. Alternatively, if they want to try out the game before forking out hundreds of pounds, then getting an aftermarket cartridge is a good way to do that. Obviously, that is going to cause a little bit of controversy because some people don't like pirated games or ROMs, but I'm always going to upset someone either way I do anything. The next one here is a multi-cart from AliExpress. I like on this one how they've given it a sort of a blue cartridge as opposed to something like that, which is obviously trying to look legit. It also just says game at the top, which is another real giver of an aftermarket cartridge. But there's some really interesting looking things on here, including, now I saw it before, but it's going to be difficult through the viewfinder. Right down in that corner, Spud's Adventure, which is a really expensive game, so it's going to be nice to have a go on that. But as you can see, it says all Mario packing, which I presume it means all the different Mario games for the Game Boy. 61 in 1, 100% saving, okay. And there's actually some Game Boy Color games on there as well as original. Oh, sorry, no, Spud's Adventure's up here. There's some Game Boy Color games on there as well as some original Game Boy games. So that one's going to be quite cool. I think this one came in at about £10, so $15, $16 or something. And then last but not least, this one was sent into me into the PO box by a lovely gentleman called Calvin. So this is the first one we're going to look at then. Big thank you to Calvin for sending this in to me. So obviously this is an unofficial cartridge. It's got 120 in 1, Advanced SP. I guess that's maybe the memory there as well. 3 Pokemons on the front. It says Game Boy Advance at the top. It says Nintendo on the back with a tri-wing screwdriver. And it feels super legit. So a little bit worrying how good that sort of rip-off is. Let's quickly take a look at what's inside. Not that that's going to be too important, but if there's a battery in there, then that means that the Pokemon games will save. And if you do see one of these lying around on eBay, then you can pick it up and have all your Pokemon games in your pocket. Obviously, I won't be able to link you to this one. So if it's really good, then don't ask me for the link because I can't give it to you. So there we go, there's a battery. That means it does save, which is quite nice. There's some Sharpie writing on the back, which is always a sign of an original Nintendo cartridge. Okay, looks pretty good. All I wanted to know is did it save, and then that saves me having to go through playing a game and saving it just to prove it to you. So we'll chuck it in. I haven't given it a clean, so hopefully it'll work first time. Nope. All right, and we're into the game. So we've got Pokemon Emerald, or 002 to 128. So what was this? 120 in 1. Let's see. 120. So, okay, yeah. So 002. So Pokemon Emerald is number 1, and then the rest of it is some bloody NES games. Brilliant. Okay, well, we'll have a look at Pokemon then quickly and just see if that runs well. I'm sure it probably will. The save file has been erased due to corruption or damage. Brilliant. So that probably just means that the battery has run out, which is a rather common occurrence. But yeah, I mean, it absolutely works fine. I have no doubt in my mind that this is going to be a perfectly viable way of playing Pokemon. So let's switch it off and on again and check out the NES stuff. I think the last game Calvin sent me was a similar thing, so it should be interesting to see. Goodness gracious me. Okay, look, so we've got Pokemon Gold, Pokemon Silver, Super Mario Advance 4. That's an NES game. So we've got some, what is that, some Game Boy games on here then? Pokemon Gold. Let's play this one. No, that's definitely not Pokemon Gold. Oh my god, what is this? I haven't got a clue what this is. Usually these things are sort of ROM hacks where they've just changed the sprites. So maybe one of you guys in the comments knows what this actually is, but so your attack move just kills everything on screen. That's it's pretty underpowered. Okay, let's see. Let's have a look at some different ones. Obviously, that's just a ROM hack. I think it's gonna. I mean, I don't know what to say. Let's try Pokemon Silver and see if that's actually a Game Boy game. What is this stuff? So this one's in Chinese or Japanese, actually. Does anybody know what this is? Is this a ROM hack? Have they just replaced the sprites with some Pokemon? I can't even tell what Pokemon that is through this. Okay. Oh, there's a key. Good, we did something. Right, let's see. One last chance that there might actually be some good stuff in here. I think it's all going to be NES, NES ROMs. I mean, it does say NES multi something. So we've got Super Mario Bros. Let's scroll down a little bit more. We're not going to spend too much time looking at NES games because we've seen so many of them on those knockoff handhelds. But at least there's some interesting Pokemon stuff. That is quite funny. So it's all in alphabetical order, which is quite good. We are just going back to the start. Okay, well, that's a pretty interesting cartridge. The ROM hacks are probably the best part of it. If you want to play Pokemon Emerald, then absolutely fine, go ahead. That's a little bit naughty, really, isn't it? Pokemon Gold, Pokemon Silver, that's not really a thing. Okay, next up then, let's have a look at this fake multi-cart Game Boy cartridge from AliExpress, claiming that it 100% saves okay. So here we go then, let's see what this game is like. First thing, let's quickly see if it actually takes a save. So we'll go into Mario Land 2 and see what happens if we play a level of it. I mean, I'm absolutely guaranteed sure that this is going to work. There's a battery in there and it wasn't cheap. So, I mean, £11, that's not too expensive, but still pretty expensive. Obviously, you can change the color palette as well, so you don't have to have this blue color. But I think it default selects the best sort of one for this game with a blue sky and a red Mario. Makes most sense. Red one up, red mushrooms as well. All right, can we get to the end? That is the question. Uh-oh. Oh no. Ah. All right, we're more or less back to where we were. I've died twice so far, but one thing I can definitely say for sure is that the speed of this thing is absolutely spot on. You know, there's no slowdown or speeding up. It's exactly how it should be playing. Oh, a little bit of lag there, but I think that is actually normal in the original game as well. So, yeah, pretty damn impressed. No! Okay, we're gonna complete this level. We are gonna do it. We have to do it. Yes. Okay, good stuff. Right, now for the moment of truth. Does it save? That is what we want to know. So if I think you just press start, select A and B, and it resets. Okay, and we'll turn it off and on again. I mean, if this does actually work, then this cartridge is absolutely fantastic. Here we go, Super Mario 2. Super Mario Land 2, here we go, press start. There it is. Okay, it's a save. So this cartridge does actually save. So that is pretty good. That is absolutely what we want to see on a cartridge like this. So obviously that was a Game Boy game, but if we go at Super Mario DX, so Super Mario Deluxe, and we press start and we go in, look at that, it's a Game Boy Color game. So this thing actually has Game Boy and Game Boy Color games on it, which means you can take one cartridge for your Game Boy or Game Boy Color and play both. How excellent is that? And obviously this is going to save as well. I mean, this is like an £11 game on its own. Oh no, I died again. So yeah, I mean, bloody hell, that's brilliant, isn't it? Let's just try a little bit of that Spud's Adventure, because I have heard that it's a very good game, as well as being super expensive. So there's 61 in one. There's a bunch of different games on here. We'll quickly flick through those for those of those who are interested. So yeah, let's have a look at Spud's Adventure. I have to say, I'm very impressed with this cartridge so far. Adventure versus Password. Here we go. Is this a colour game? I don't think it is. This is just a colour palette. Help! The princess has been kidnapped. We will go and find the princess. Please make haste, my brave knights. Time had passed and no one has returned. Ah, the knights sucked. Here comes little Spud, the wanderer. I've heard thy sad tale and will help. Thank you, Spud. I will pray for thee. The princess is in that tower. Looks like a bit of a rock to me. What do I do now? Press start. Okay, here we go. Two little Spuds. Ah, so it's a little bit Link's Awakening-y looking. Ah, well, I mean that looks to be quite good, doesn't it? Sort of these spiders spawning out in the middle of nowhere. Excellent. Okay, well there we go. You can get Spud's Adventure as well as a bunch of other very popular titles on a cartridge for £10. Bloody bargain that. Okay, last but not least, let's check out Trip World. Excited to see what this one is like. Here we go. Oh, that hasn't worked. Ooh, that hasn't worked either. That's odd, this should be a brand new game. A little bit of isopropyl alcohol on a Q-tip. We'll get that in there and rub it across. And turn it on. That still isn't working. Well, there's no battery in there, but it shouldn't need a battery for it to work. Huh. Well, in other words, don't buy the pirated stuff. Fork out or get wrecked, mate. So this one is very, very interesting. Thanks again, Calvin, for sending that out. The ROM hacks seem quite cool. I've always thought these things are quite fun if you were on a long plane or train trip or something and you wanted to just check out some little obscure ROM hacks. I'm sure they're probably quite a lot of fun. They're not going to be fun in the sense that they're going to be genuinely good games, but quite just funny that something or someone thought that it was a good idea to put that on a cartridge. This one, however, absolute Billy bargain. I mean, there is some really, really great titles on here. Mega Man, Wario Land, obviously all of the different Marios. Spud's Adventure looks like a lot of fun. And yeah, I think that's Castlevania and stuff down there. Mario Golf and many, many, many more. So if you want to get this one, I'll leave the link to it. Unfortunately, I can't leave the link to that one. I'm definitely not going to leave the link to this one, and I'm going to contact these people straight away and try and get my £6 back. Thank you all for watching this video. I hope you have a lovely day, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.